guys, are you here? Let's see who comes in. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully I'm on the right page. Yes, I see that Casey and Carrie Intuitive. So this is the first time doing this on this. Hey guys, jump in, say hi.
Hello everyone.
Check this guy out. He's got the most magnificent beard I've ever seen. I think he's wonderful. So today we're doing cards, just 3 cards each. And if you're here, awesome. If you come in later, that's okay too. I'm just going to go through the list that we have of people that have signed in and shared. And in the future too, go ahead and share this as well. That way there's a chance you might get an extra reading in there too. So,
hi Darla. Hi Sonia.
Yeah, hi guys. We are using this one tonight. It is the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. I'm being super chill tonight, as usual. But
chill it is.
Yeah, we're just not going to go hardcore. We're going to go 3 cards, and I'm going to go until I feel like totally passing out. I think you guys can understand why. So, all right, first up, we're going to do, who's first up?
Angela Zelt.
Angela Zelt. I hope you're here. Thanks for joining in, you guys. 3 cards for, and the topic today is we're going to do what is it that you need right now? What is it that you need in your life right now? What is going to be the challenge that you have right now? What is your major breakthrough to get through what you need right now? And just before doing this, I did a little bit of cards there too, and I did a card for all of us tonight too. It's the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel. Where can you see that? I feel like an old lady here. Can you see that? Yeah, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Means big change, and be excited about that change, because this is a time of not just change of is this it or is this not, but this is a time of no, dude, this is your destiny, and be aware of that, because just like that, it's going to be gone. And so any of those big change things that you have going on right now, embrace it. Just know that you're standing in the middle of destiny, which means that even if it seems like it's a sucky time, guess what? You're meant to walk through it. So be sure to be that love and light and show other people that love and light and those hardships that you're going through. So that's pretty much the topic today. So I'm going to do 3 cards for Angela Zelt, and we're going to do basically where you are right now and where you are moving into the future, challenges you might have of what you need for this big change going on right now. Big change, big change.
I want to thank all of you who just recently signed on as well. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We're going to be doing a brief 3-card draw for those.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of channeling today, just because I want to keep those for regular appointments. My regular sessions are an hour long, and they're really in depth, and they've got all sorts of mediumship in it and all sorts of really deep stuff for you guys individually. But tonight we're just doing a 3-card draw. So it does. Yeah. Perfect. Where is, oh, there you go, right here, that last one. So we have the first one for Angela, and a lot of us can relate on this card right here. It looks like mental conflict. You know what, right now, there are so many people that are going through this right now. This is where you've been, and what kind of brings you to today is mental conflict. You've had a lot of hardships there. Keep in mind that you are, all of your thoughts are being stewed there. You've been going inward, and it is time to really reflect and not let your inner thoughts stop you from moving forward. Positive thoughts only, because where you are, everything that comes within your head will happen. So be very careful about those negative thoughts. Though mental conflict, that's your past moving into future where you are today. Today you need to, your card is power, and which that one, it is really important for you to grasp that you have the duality there of the ferociousness and that mighty beast. Also be careful on how you use your power. Really identify with the masculine energy that you have in with you. You need to be claiming that power, owning that power right now. You've got that infinity number up top, so that means that this card here is part of your overall well-being and need presence of how you need to handle things in the future is with this power card. So there you go for that. And for your future one, ooh, So the situation that you're going through, this really hardship situation, everybody's going through something. So it's going to require tons of patience, which is also part of your foundations too. So when I put your power next to the patience card, that one right there is a sum of how you handle your changes. And it's going to be really important that you maintain this power and patience. All right, Angela. I hope that helps you in your upcoming changes. Don't forget to use those personality key things that have the power and patience for you in the future. Let's see, who do we have next?
All right, so next we have
Ooh,
Vicki Carnahan.
perfect. And let's say hi to who's on here. Let's see here. We've got Sean. Who else do we have? Got Alicia. Got Jen.
And there's Molly and May.
And Kelly and Andrew.
Yes.
And Becky. Cool, you both are on. And Mary.
And Lee. Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
So next on the list we have Becky and Vicky. And Vicky, if you're here, let's see here. What does Vicky need to do to get through these upcoming changes coming up in her life? Poor Vicky. What does she need? All right, Vicky, what do you need? And 3 cards. What does Vicky need? So we're gonna go there. That's the first one. That's okay. And also this one here is the second one.
All right.
I'm just gonna keep them up or wherever. Pencil free. What does Vicky need? What does Vicky need? I'm gonna pull that one too because you say come with me. Oh, I'll leave those extra cards ahead.
Okay.
Those go with other readings. So for Vicky, ooh, okay. So here's what you've got, Vicky. In your past, which brings you to your present, you are in a state of moving on. Everything that you have been holding on to needs to you need to get rid of it and you need to move on through the future. You are at the point of where you're realizing this. You're at the point of where you know that those hardships, they're not serving you anymore, but you've been in the process for a while of deciding what your truth is, and it's time for you to move on. And because of that, you're moving on and it brings you into moving forward, all those questions, is it going to happen? Is it not? Is it going to happen? And all those really big changes for you, the answer is it's going to be a waiting game. So right now, it's not the time for you to speed through your questions in your head. It's time to really, really, really wait. Everything right now during the season, I'm going to keep getting the number 3, so 3 months for you. I would be careful about do not make any quick decisions. It's time for you to move on, absolutely, but it's also really the time to wait. And before you are getting your answers. And the last part is moving on into your future. What are you going to be getting from it? And it's recognition and reward. So this guy, look at this. I need you to look at that. Your number 2, I'm seeing on top of there, that's also the number 3, which kind of validates too, because I'm hearing from your guides, it's going to be your season of this waiting game is the 3 months there. So they keep saying that to me. Be careful on how you do this, and then you will be getting a lot of recognition and reward. I'm hearing that your recognition and reward is not going to be coming into like boom as a satellite kind of or lightning or boom, there it is. It's going to be very, very subtle for you. So be very careful and don't wait for like a parade to make it happen or like a gong or anything like that. It's going to be very subtle for you as you're moving on and into these big changes, but watch out for you. It's going to be very quiet for you. All right, who's next?
Next we got Karen Forsey.
All right, Karen.
And Haley, no, we have not gotten to yours yet.
Well, we're just starting, Haley.
Hey, Sean, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. It's nice of you.
I mean, that's cool, whatever. No big deal. Karen, okay, so changes that you have coming up. Ooh, I'm hearing changes too with your family. It feels like kids have super changes too outside of, you definitely have a graduate there, but I'm hearing from your female, one of your daughters, she's got some big change. So this will be directed towards you, but also, you're needing the extra stuff. Okay, cool. So I'm asking guides and they're saying, okay, the area that you're going to be having the big change is how you have fun. Okay, so we're going to ask what is it that Karen needs to have fun then and grow? Which basically goes into the whole self-care thing for me, like ways that you need to indulge with yourself. And oh, look, maybe it says that good evening, CNC. Where's CNC?
Yeah.
CNC, come back, Jerry. Anyway, sorry. So Karen, it's this season for you, it's all about a type of self-indulgence, and it's really important for you to be careful about your own self-care. You need to absorb a lot of feminine energies. This is coming from your guides on that. And be surrounding yourself with sisters, but also connecting with your daughters in different ways that are a mom. I know that there's a lot of blockage there, so be careful. And so right now this is about how are you going to have fun? What do you need to do to unblock and that whole self-care bit for you? Okay. In the words of fun for Karen.
And Haley, yes, we are going to be saving this and recording and saying we're going to be posting it.
Yep. Yeah, this right now is already recording. It's going to be live on our Carrie and Casey Intuitive page. It's on there right now. So if you have it up right now, please go ahead and share this. And yes, it does get recorded, so it'll be on later too. So back to Karen here. What does she need for fun self-care? What does she need for fun self-care? What does she need for fun self-care? One keeps jumping out, and both of those do too. Okay, so that's what's her challenge there. What does she need for fun self-care? What does she need for fun self-care? Self-care. Okay, cool. So for Karen, got your past leading to where you are now. Oops, sorry. It's a little bit of light there. It's the Harmony card. So with this, you've got a lot of, I'm looking for this as in, it's not necessarily a romantic thing as this one feels like it is, even though you're pretty much in harmony right now with relationship. But what it is for you on a personal side is you coming into harmony with your feminine energy and your masculine energy and learning how to balance between those two. You've been working on that type of balance, and that's really, really important for you. So that's past leading into the now for you. But the hardship for you is that your challenge, I had to pull two because they actually came together, was that you are facing conflict and defeat and also discontent and boredom. The discontent and boredom, I'm feeling a lot from the work areas for you. It's going to be really important that your attitude is creative moving forward. So that's how you get through this challenge, is really the creativity too. And don't turn your back on the necessities and the light there. This is a lot into the creative energies right now. But be very careful on your now, because the part of you doing balance between your male and feminine energies, your practical and your creative energies, it's really important for you to stay intact with that, but also don't lose sight of the freedom of your personal growth there. And that's what's going to get you through that conflict and defeat. And your last card on that, oh nice, is triumph and success. So by having those attitudes and acting like that for the next 4 months, I'm hearing, that's going to really help you. 4 months for looking for that balance. All right, Karen, hope that helps.
All right, next up we got Jody Roller.
Jody. Cool.
And I did see her name up there, so hopefully you're still watching, Jody.
Him, yeah. Jody's guy.
Oh.
All right. So who do we have? We have
Jody Roller.
Jody. Jody, for you, I'm hearing a lot of relationship hardships for you, something going on with your mom there. So I'm going to thank you guys for that, for the area of what you need for change right now. It looks like something regarding your family relationships. There's a hardship there that was with your mother there, and be very careful of that, because those relationship issues are going into the future with you. So what do you need for change for that, past, present, and future? Let me know if that relates to you, Jody. What does Jody need right now? What does Jody need right now? What does Jody need right now? Jody need right now. What does Jody need right now? That one.
All right.
All right. Oh, nice. Cool. All right. So for Jody, here's the deal. So you're past leading forward. You are working on a lot of creativity yourself. You're actually coming through some prosperity there. I'm also seeing that there's a little bit of a spiritual gain for you too, of where you feel like you've leveled up, and that is something amazing. That's where those 3 cards there come from. Is that I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like spiritually like you've leveled up in some way, and I'm really excited for you on that. So right now it's time for rejoice and celebration, and be mindful of your creativity that you. Oh, I'm hearing too that there's a lot of, you normally handle things in a very this is this and that is that, the very practical linear way. And right now the answers to everything is actually handling it in a creative way. So be prepared in job 2 that you're going to be asked to do something that's out of your comfort zone. And for you, creativity is going to be a big deal, and you're going to have a lot of rejoice and celebration. So in the current part here, which leads to awesome, how you handle things as well, is truth. So here we have it's a little bright, but that's cool. Truth. It's a lot on how you are balancing life. It's a lot on how you are yes and no, but you tend to step one side over the other. And just like the card before, it's going to be really important that during this time that you're thinking outside of your own box with a linear versus creative. So stay on that creative path, and that's going to give you an answer too. Just this is like pertains to how you make decisions and for your future coming up as far as the season goes. So by doing all of that, you're going to actually get a lot of passion from it. So new passions igniting too. So I'm hearing, yes, that's with your wife too. So all those jokes actually do apply to you in a very good way. So have fun with that. Passions igniting. Another thing there too is she's holding the green as well. So keep in mind that a lot of creativity for you. And the other part is to speaking your truth. So stop holding your voice on things that you believe to be true. You need to be speaking that right now, but be mindful of how you do it. It needs to be in a creative and caring way. So I hope that helps for you. All right. Hey, Braxton and Angie.
Well, that's perfect timing. Braxton, we're getting you right now.
Cool. Jody, let me know if that relates to you too, okay?
And Karen, we did do yours already, but the good news is that this is being recorded. So if you missed it now, and of course it's going to be up on our site, and it'll be one of the videos that will be there so you can rewatch.
You can replay it. You're in there, Karen. Yeah. I'm excited for you. Okay, this is all out of order here, so I'm going to switch this around. These guys love to do that. These are probably one of the most chaotic set of cards that I have in a good way, because every single time they come up true, but at the same time, they're like such an out-of-pocket set of cards. They're like little jokesters. I love them. I love them. And it's a ton of male energy, and I accept that too. I don't know who needs this one, but this one is the one that is, ooh, hey. Okay, you know what? This one is a huge one. This one kept on coming out. I was like all talking about tricksters, and no matter how I was trying to balance my card, this one kept on popping up. So I think this one is for all of us, and to really look at that. It's somebody's boyfriend for one. I mean, for obvious reasons. But it's going to be super, super important that this group finds firm foundation. The red really indicates passion, so you need to make sure that you are making some really strong stances in your life too right now. So I don't know who this is for. I'm feeling like it's for the whole group, but one person in this group can really identify to this. And right now is a time for requiring firm foundation and making those upcoming decisions. You're going to really have to dig your feet in deep and stop being flighty about all those decisions that you make. Okay, so I don't know who that's for. Next up, Braxton.
That was Braxton.
Oh yeah, that okay.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, that was just for the group.
Okay.
Yeah, just because that one kept on just coming up no matter what I was doing, and just
you.
wouldn't shut up about it. So I'm like, all right, fine, this is for the group.
It just needed its say for a second, right?
Yeah, for real. It's like, hey, I'm right here. Okay, Braxton.
Hey, Kelly, no, we have not gotten to yours yet.
Cool. So Braxton, for you, Yes. I could call the obvious. Let's call for job changes here. I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to go for job changes, but also let's do a call out there on mentalities of your strategy that needs to be approached for upcoming changes. Okay, let's do that. Yours is like strategy for upcoming changes for you. Okay, so you can pick the topic in there of how that relates to you, but the truth is that's what we're doing is how all of this relates to your strategy. I'm telling you, I have these all organized. And that's fine. I don't mind. You want those chaotic stuff? Cool.
Jacqueline, yes, you are indeed on the list.
I want a sip of my CBD juice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
If you haven't had a chance to get down on some of this CBD juice, it is phenomenal.
Holy crap, it's so good. So there's that one store that we go to that Drea introduced us to. And this one is cranberry and blood orange CBD juice, but it has a little bit of THC in there too. So freaking good. So good. So it is in Aloha, Beaverton.
Yes, 185th Grocery.
Yeah, and that's
or
like
185th Grocery is what it's called.
Yeah.
185th Grocery.
Yeah. And it's on, what's the corner of it? It's 185th and something. It's like out in the middle.
Oh, and Tualatin Valley Highway.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so yeah, TV Highway and 185th there. Oh my God, that place is so freaking good. You should go pick it up. It's very inexpensive too. Okay, so for Braxton, we are going.
What do they say for Braxton?
Shake him up, baby. Shake him up. Shake him up. Shake him up. Got his vibes all over for you, Braxton. All right, so strategy. That one just keeps on coming up there too. This one was a one that couldn't get away. This one was a rest and rejuvenation. So speak your truth there, but you need to really literally go out into the forest and be alone in this and rest and rejuvenate before you do anything else. Do that post haste, okay?
Talisha, I'm sorry to say no, you did not get on the list tonight. I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah, Talisha, what we did tonight, and I had that thing going, is that you needed to already have shared the post that I put up to do the free readings. So I'm limited, obviously, because of all the stuff that I've been going through health-wise. I'm going to go until I can't. Oh, shoot, yeah. Dude, oh, shoot. Okay, Braxton. So here was the second side of you. That was the shadow card. I have never pulled this card in this one just yet, though. I've been looking, I've seen it so many times. This is your duality card. You are constantly facing light versus dark. And whenever you're digging in there, it's like you go, what is the answer that I'm looking for? What is the answer that I'm looking for? And instead you're getting into your shadow self too much, and you'll go into that side. And then as soon as you're into that more firm linear side, you're like, what is it that I'm looking for? What is it that I'm looking for? And then you go into the other creative side there, to that feminine energy. It's like you can't decide on which way to go, and you're constantly facing both your light self and your shadow self. And so this one is beware, though, of you doing too much of your shadow self, right?
That one is cool.
I know. I've been waiting to pull this one for somebody, and I know I haven't seen it. It's the duality. Yeah. And be careful, too, with universe. You are very much into you're going to be able to do the astral realm, astral travel very easily, but be very, very careful as far as making your decisions. Too. You're going so big as far as universe and creativity, and going into the harder questions within yourself. You really, really just need to make that decision, and that's going to be the light version right there. Okay, so let me get another card for you too. Your one that gives that rest and rejuvenation, and your shadow self. So when you are in rest and rejuvenation, go ahead and really, really think about that stuff of acknowledging that whole shadow side of yourself as well as your light side, and when making decisions that needs to be applied that way. But all decisions actually moving up in the future for you is going to require that you are alone in your thought process and also in the earth when you are making those decisions. So wherever that is, I would say to go out of your comfort zone, just you, so you can think and just be on your own in making those decisions. Okay, so the third one, moving into the future, what can Braxton expect?
Yes, Darla, stand by. You're a couple away. So stand by.
Hi, Allie. All right, so third one for Braxton, what can we expect? Forward. We expect moving forward. I'm going to take that top one. Cool.
Sonia, yes, you did get on the list, so it's going to be a little bit, but you are on the list.
So these go together. In making the decision you're going to need to get there, it's going to be really important that you stand your ground. Whoops, there we go. Stand your ground. It's going to take a bit of transition to get out of where you are moving forward. So it's really, really important that you stand your ground in making your decision. There's a lot of idle chat on the things that you should do, but it's going to require, like I said, you're going to need to go out and be by yourself to make that decision. And what comes up from it is truth. Again, we've got the fundamental truth part. The truth is it's an unwavering answer to, and you're going to have to decide between those two. Are you going to stay in the current on that? This is the shadow part, and this one is the light part there. But you're getting to the universe, so you're getting all that truth there. Stand your ground. There's a lot of inconsistent changes coming up before your foundation new job that you're about to take, which I honestly think is in cannabis industry, or otherwise you're just going to go rogue. No, seriously. He's going to be like, just like up and you know what? I'm going to do what I'm going to do. All right. What do you think there, Braxton? I hope that relates to you there. All right.
Next on the list, we got Angela.
Angela Head. All right, Angela. So for you making these decisions moving up, I'm going to actually choose, because I hear romance for you. And what area? Yeah, she's getting changes up front there. What attitudes you need to take moving into this new romance. So we're going to, whether you like it or not, that's how we go. And so for guys, just so you know too, tonight we're just doing thank you so much for being here. We're just doing a super casual. I'm doing 3 card pulls. That way it can handle more people for a longer period of time. I'm going to go until I can't, until my lungs, my body say absolutely quit. For those who know that I'm battling with a whole bit of cancer and also some serious surgeries. So I'm lucky to be here, lucky to be able to do these readings. And so we're going to go for a bit on this, but also if you want to do the real deal, then I know a lot of people are like, hey, how can I help you, Carrie? And they do that through messages and all that stuff. And I think that's so wonderful. But I think for me, the biggest thing for me is that book a real full session with me. This is how I make my real money. So I appreciate it if you can make a full reading with me as well. So that keeps it so I can do these smaller 3-card readings. So yeah, for more information, text me on the message side of it. I would love to do an actual reading for you that includes a lot of mediumship with it and spelling out a whole bunch of your season there. So this one, we're just doing some quick ones here. All right, so for Angela. Angela is next. Guide say, oh shoot, there's a grandma that's here for you that is actually, she's wearing a white nightgown. I don't want to go too deep into that one. She's saying that she doesn't want to be seen. But she's got like salt and pepper hair, and she's talking about guidance in your feminine. She didn't use the word feminine energy. She's got a sister that she's with there too on the other side. And she's talking about that it's really time for you to follow the cord. And that has to do with origins. And it also, she says, you really need to know who you're supposed to be. So you know what, instead of romance, I'm going to go in there of who the heck Angela is. And that's the decisions you need to move forward for your highest self, your inner you. Thank you, Grandma, for giving me that insight there. Feels like a great grandmother, somebody that it feels like you have a sister that you guys would have known when you were little. So she's giving that advice. And she is a lovely woman. She doesn't want to be pronounced. She says that this is already too much. I appreciate that. But grandmother, tell me, what does Angela need to know right now to make decisions moving forward? She also says for you to stop being so insecure about how you make decisions. She's saying that you're good enough and your self-worth needs to be valued. So understand that moving forward. So for decisions, I need both of those cards. They actually are included. Perfect. Thank you so much. Look at that. Chaotic cards. Yeah, chaotic cards. What are they? The Psychic Tarot. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm going to pull all of these for you because these are chaotic. Okay, so you got some, I'm gonna swear. You got some shit going on, girl. You've got some stuff, you're coming out of some serious deception and envy. Be aware that and Grandma was talking about this too, that your ancestors, your grandparents, your loved ones, the guides that you don't even know yet, universe is really looking out for your shit. I mean, looking out for your shit hardcore. Right now is seriously time to speak your truth too. That's gigantic. You got some deception and envy from your past in there. That shit needs to be put behind you. It needs to be you need to understand that your creativity too, you've been put down a lot for your being too creative and too going out there. You're not really making good decisions. You go from this thing to that thing. Bullshit. It's led to a whole lot of deception and envy, and it doesn't belong to you anymore. Moving forward, I'm doing this gigantic card for you. This is awareness. This is one of my favorite ones. In some other decks, a lot of times this one is going to be something like universe card, and oh my gosh, it's fantastic. Your third eye is totally lit. Yours is like new beginnings on that, but it's going to be really important that you are digging in with your conscious, those areas of where your self-worth, those areas that you are not believing yourself and believing in yourself. It's going to be really important that you get rid of all that junk because you're right, and stop second guessing that you're right on making those decisions. So when you're having to boil those decisions down over and over and over again, stop. Your first one is your answer. Let it go. The deception and envy is over with. And the thing moving forward is that you get material harvest from all of that. So be really, really aware of that. And if you need to rewind this, go ahead and do this after you're all done, because it's still going to be on here since it's going to be saved forever. Material harvest is what you get. You know what? We should all say hi to your mom. She says we're damn cute.
Oh, hi, Mom.
We are damn cute. Head toss. All right, cool. Love you. Okay, Angie, I hope that relates to you. Okay, that needs to, I don't know what this is. Why that's popping up. I don't know you.
Right.
I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that. Anyway, so I'm going to go to the next person. I need a sip of this too. Delicious. Makes your mouth pucker.
Okay, Darla, you're up.
And Deanne, just to let you know, I posted a thing yesterday saying that if you wanted the 3-card pull, to go ahead and share that. So in the future, just go ahead and keep in mind that when I post stuff, just go ahead and follow it, and that's how you get on the polls for whatever mini reads and stuff like that that I do. So yeah, keep that in mind. And in the future too, go ahead and share this video too, and that helps me to keep you in mind for next time too. Because I feel like in that type of area, while I'm I'm using a lot of energy. Casey's using a lot of energy to do this stuff for free for you guys, which we absolutely love. It is important for you to also book, hopefully, full sessions with me too that are super, super detailed. Full sessions, I only do hour sessions because I felt like I got rid of the half hour and stuff because it just, I always end up going over because you guys need it. Half hour was just not enough for you guys, so it's hour only. Hour sessions are $75. So really that's honestly super cheap if you consider what a lot of other people, awesome people, absolutely. But I'm just saying I'm making my prices super, super reasonable right now because I want you guys all to have access to full readings, but at the same time, you know, this is how we do things. So yeah. All right, cool. So now we are going to, where are we now?
Darla.
Darla Shelton. I'm badly singing your name because that's all I know how to do with my voice. Darla Shelton. You chose me, remember that. Now I'm blushing. Okay, Darla. Darla, you have, looks like father. He would have been like a father age when he passed for you, but this was feeling like a male energy. Very, very close to you, dark hair as well. And he feels like a father, maybe grandfather. If he was grandfather, he would have been younger in his years, not too much younger, like 50-ish, 60-ish when he had passed. But yeah, he's talking about relationship. Ooh, he's talking about, you have sounds like a brother, that some mixed relationship issues. That also could just be the male energy in you as well, but it feels more like brother type of an energy. There's some conflict in there that needs to be dealt with. So Deanne, thank you so much. But hang out too. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out and doing this with us. Yeah. So Darla, we're going to go in the direction of family matters for you. What kind of upcoming family changes, those disputes, those hardships. And I know you're like with your moms and things like that, you're like, oh, we don't have trouble. But it's not that. It's a little, just think about how you approach family relationship changes coming up too. It sounds like with mom, there's a big something going on with her. So, okay, so let's get in here. What does Darla need? Okay, your dad. Okay, yeah, because your dad, I'm seeing up here, says, my dad was 49 when he passed. Yeah, he showed himself like in a plaid, like a wool thing. He was like really close to you, dark hair. Yeah, he had the smell of a little bit of tobacco on him, but it wasn't really heavy, but it was mixed with a lot of different oils and wet. And it feels like he might have like either drove truck or something. Anyway, he's talking about family. I don't think he drove truck, but it was just a certain smell. Okay. What does she need for relationship? Family matters. What does she need for relationship? Family matters. What does she need for relationship? Family matters. What does she need for relationship? Huh? Oh. All right, Darla. I'm going to say that these are specifically Dad picking these out for you. So just know that making decisions, he thinks it's kind of weird that we're doing this. And he goes, that's a weird trick to do. But we're going to do it anyway. So he helped me with this. So the big thing I'm going to go with him, he's talking about authority. He says to display your authority a lot more, but be very careful of how to do it. It's going to be, you need to be a diplomatic kind of a person, and that's kind of lacking right now. And a lot of family members that you are dealing with coming up as I'm getting a lot of like there's like these quarreling, the little bickers, people are not agreeing with each other, that you were having to deal with on a constant, but you're also at the same time removing yourself a lot from situations just to keep the peace. And he's saying stop that, be an authority in these situations, and be sure to speak up and be diplomatic about it. So moving into the now, what brings you here is that you need to keep doing that. But moving forward too, it's important that you look back at all your foundation and achievements too. So all of the things that make you you, why you are the way you are. And the thing here is too is it shows family on here. This season right now, it's all of the changes is actually, it looks like it's going to become with family changes for you too. And I'm just feeling like there's that quarrel thing going on with that brother, and that just needs to be somehow, that conflict needs to be undone. But also I'm seeing mother and sister as well, so there's like a lot of just it's really difficult to do. Darla, that makes sense if he was a mechanic. That's why I'm like, you know how like truck drivers have like a certain smell of the cars, the auto, there's an oil, and I say that because my grandfather was a long haul, and and there's that specific smell, so that makes sense. And that's the kind of the smell that I'm getting. And so in that light smoke smell, it doesn't mean that he necessarily smoked. It just means like he was around it. On that sometimes people will show me the smoke smell because they actually smoked it. I don't really feel that from your dad. I feel like he was around it. He might have done it secretly, but not really. He was not an actual smoker. So yeah, keep that in mind that that's him. So the other thing too is the emotional loss. You're going to have a little bit of emotional loss coming up too. So it's going to be really important that you go inward when you're dealing with these changes as well. Emotional loss that can fortunately be recovered too, but the kind of this one is it's going to take you, you need to really go inward on this and understand your cores and your achievements, your foundations, everything that you've worked so hard to get to. So when you come up to that emotional loss, you're not really taking it so hard. Remember, you need to have that authority in what you're doing right now. Stop waiting for things to happen and get in there and do it, and be outright about it, but be diplomatic at the same time. Well, then that makes sense. But he probably, as far as Darla, he says that he did smoke. That's awesome. So it sounds like you need to good chat with your dad too, because he's missing you a whole bunch. He's also showing that sister too that he was really close with as well. So I don't know what this does. Lindsay, I don't know. I haven't heard from her in a long time, and then she's popping up, so I don't understand that one. Who's next? Is it Marciela? Marciela? Let me see. Are you?
She hasn't been on there. That's why.
Okay. I'm just going to pull a couple cards there. Deanne, hang tight though. If you guys hang tight, because I'm kind of cruising through this part too. It's not so terrible. If I have time, I'll be able to pull some up in a little bit, but I want to get through what we have here too. So, Marciela, I'm still seeing relationship stuff with you too. Okay, so with Marciela, you got a little bit of spice in your life, which is super awesome. I love that. I'm seeing there's a relationship of where he's been kind of in and out, and I'm not sure what that is, but we're going to go on that of your 3 cards of what to do in that situation. And your grandmother is telling me about that, and she says that she feels like she was a super matriarch of your family, and she's talking about your mom and women, and be on time, be on task, and she was a very much of that person. So she's giving advice on this part on a relationship stuff for you. So what to expect? What to expect? That's yours. All right, so for you, oh, weird. Okay, that's so weird. So we're getting some authority card for you as well. So in that situation, for authority for you, I feel like this is kind of the opposite for you. I feel like in a lot of ways you were really overly strong about your voice. And I feel like in relationships, it is either you win or nobody wins, and that's okay too. But it's going to be really important too of how you shift that dialogue. It's okay to want to be right, but sometimes you really, really need to put that down and just, have an authority, but that at the same time, understand that the inward is enough too. You don't need to have the authority outwards all the time for you. So coming up from you, oh, hey, coming up for that is emotional withdrawal. So that makes sense there. The situation that's coming up for you in romantic, it's going to be important that you take a look at decisions by emotionally, purposely withdrawing. That does not mean withdraw from a relationship, as it does to withdraw to find answers. And in this situation, it's going to require that you are sitting in and being grounded into the earth, but at the same time, understand that those ocean waves, that you need to trust that it's not going to touch you, which means that those waves are going to come up to you. You got to trust that, yes, they will come up. You'll be able to see and feel, but they are not going to touch you because you've already given it authority, that you already know that it's there, but you're not at the same time, you're in your own grounded place without letting those waves touch you. So that needs to be your approach on how you emotionally withdraw. Okay, so all that chaos and stuff that's going on around you, you need to be aware of it, but don't let it touch you, okay? And coming up too, just know that there are obstacles and challenges coming up for you too. So as there are obstacles and challenges coming up for you, know that it's going to be important for you to speak your truth, but at the same time, stand back from that ledge. Don't jump off of that ledge, okay? Take your authority, take your power, trust your inward way of thinking, and move forward carefully, okay? There you go for your 3 cards. I hope you see that.
Yeah.
Next is Alicia Freegard.
And Jody, love and light to you too. Was that helpful for you? I can't speak. Helpful for you, Jody? Okay. Darla, I was wondering if that was meant for too, because your sister needs to hear it too. Your father was very clear on saying hi to both of you. So I know you have a brother in there too, so apparently there's something with your sister too to talk closer. You'll have to go back and see what that's all about. But that's your attitude on how to handle change. Awesome. You're welcome, Darla. You have Alicia. Free guard, hey girl. Yeah, I guess she's in Portland now for a little bit. She's visiting something. So when she has a longer time, we'll be able to see her here, because I would like to actually do that. I'm asking your guy too, what is it on changes that are coming up for you? I'm asking, like, do I going through a relationship, job? I'm hearing your boys. What kind of changes are coming up for them, for you, on how you're going to handle momming through the summer with your kids, because I'm getting boys. Okay, fine. We'll go that direction. And parental stuff, what do you have coming up? All right, Alicia Freegard. First one, ooh, hey. First one is prosperity begins. So it's about freaking time. Look at all that stuff that you planted, and now you're starting to grow. See all that stuff underneath. You need to be relying on community too. There's new seeds coming up. So as you plant your seeds, they are going to be prosperous. So be careful what you plant, okay? Nobody wants to eat nasty apples. You've got some really good apples in there. Make sure that you do it right, okay? Also, be sure that when that prosperity is happening, that you're giving thanks. That's a big thing with it too. Remember who gave you what you got. Make sure that that's the big thing too, is that prosperity begins. So be very humble while these blessings are happening for you. And also, please be careful where you put your roots down. That's super important. Don't just go put those roots down anywhere if you want that prosperity, because what you reap is what you sow, and right now is that time. And so with this too, I'm going to go with this because your guys were saying just open it and read. I'm going, all right, cool. I just listen. That's what I like about cards. Because it keeps it super casual. We have the intuition cards and also material harvest. So go in with that too. We're going to say with the prosperity, your current card right now is the intuition. So be This is the time to be super zenny, okay? If any other time in your life to be zenny, like super zen, going in, intuition, trusting your intuition, right now, that's the part. This is the difference between you're the one who kind of reminds me of that Wheel of Fortune card we pulled earlier. This time of change is going to be pivotal for you. It's not a, cool, things are changing. No. Right now, this is like everything that happens for you is fate. It is so fate. You need to watch out for the signs, watch out for that stuff coming up, tap into your intuition, get into that super zen spot, and trust what you're doing because it's really important for you to plant your roots there, but be careful where you plant your roots. And coming up from that, what do you get from all of that with that approach? You get a ton of material harvest. I'm hearing from guides though that it's not the material as in money, financial, although you guys will still kind of struggle a little bit through the summer, but you'll be financially rewarded over and over and over again. The kind of material harvest that I'm hearing here is actually supplies and stuff. So there is something that looks like you're trying to start a new something or other and wondering how you're going to get those physical supplies. Well, those things are going to manifest too, so be very careful. I'm hearing supplies. So the things that you need physically, they're going to be answered and it's going to happen for you. So be really, really careful where you plant your fruit trees, okay? Because you don't want some nasty fruit growing. So just saying. Gross. Can't even make that into mead. All right. So who do we have coming up next? And who's on here?
Next we have Mikey Hambrum.
Is that Mickey Hand from? Huh. Are you on here?
I have not seen that person.
You have not seen that person?
No.
Who is here that is on that? Is like Sony and Bert still here? Like what I order, I might screw everything up.
Yeah.
I'll just do it that way. Darla, that's a trip about your father, though. I think he regretted smoking now.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Is it Mickey? Okay. Hi there.
Hi, Mickey. Sorry for butchering your name.
All right. We try. What can we do?
Right.
I dare you to say my last name correctly. Okay. Mickey. Hers is job uno. Mickey, you do have a job change coming up, but I don't want to talk too much about that just because you've worked so hard to get what you want and you pretty actually know the decisions that you're going to need to take. Looks like in the way of a promotion though. Okay.
It happens. Thank you.
Okay. I need something to drink too. All right, cool. So I keep going back and forth with job and relationship, because those are the two areas that you're having the most upcoming change in. And you keep asking, what area do you need to do? Well, job thing too requires some type of travel as well, is what I'm seeing. So, okay, so let's just go with the job part then. So for the travel part means that either you are changing jobs or your job requires you to travel. That's what I'm seeing on there, but at the same time, it looks like do you have an area that you look over? Some big changes in there. Let's go with job there. Okay, keep seeing that like you're driving and there's this big field on the side there and it's going fast, it's going fast. So it's like places that feel familiar to you, and on the outside there's a whole bunch of almost like alfalfa. It's all dried and it doesn't look like it's going to start a fire or anything like that. So what that says to me is that your change right there, it seems like things are becoming really kind of complacent for you. And with the change coming up, so I need the attitude towards it, that's where the 3 cards are going to come from. Keep in mind the alfalfa, you're driving fast, everything happened, but you're complacent. Okay.
This is not working.
Okay,
It's
so
not working.
yeah, I see that. But when it comes to the work too, it could actually be from yourself. And the part that they're speaking so loudly on the alfalfa going like that, because that just represents the growth in the field and the quick changing right there.
Okay.
So the work itself can also be by self at that point. So let's go with that though. It having to do with self, big change, it has to do with work, either within self or within job. It's undecided because it's fast changes going that way, but everything is changes that I'm seeing continuous and that you're burnt out from it. So let's look at that. Okay, what does she need for change coming up? She need for change for coming up. At least that says I have to get my son ready for bed. You guys are doing amazing. Okay, so hopefully you'll take all that stuff to heart on how to handle that upcoming change. Okay, so going to Mickey now. Kind of change coming up. Kind of change. I like this way of doing this until they just jump out, because it's not even for me. I just don't even care. It's your guys picking them, so that's cool. Okay, what kind of change? So 3 cards. Oh, it's this one right here. Keep in mind too, how does this card apply to you as well? That's a big one. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so all the big change, that everything coming up is destiny, and it's not just by accident. All right, so passion. I'm going to do just a couple. She keeps getting, I don't know how I ended up doing the whole deck and ended up pulling the same. That must be your season there too, but I want to see something else in there. Is that you've got passion of something, discovering something that you'll actually be passionate about coming up.
Yeah, Sean, stand by. You're a couple away, all right?
Haley, I'm so glad you love these card readings. They are really fun. Yeah, super fun. Out of here. There we go. Okay, so I feel like this is a super theme for a lot of us, and this keeps on coming up over and over and over again for a lot of people. So because of that, just understand that, dude, you guys, we're all going through a lot of different shit together. I mean, some really raw stuff. Everybody has their own battles. There's a lot of death going on right now. A lot of people have experienced death recently. Some people are still mourning recent losses too. It's some pretty heavy shit. Some people are mourning losses of things that, a lot of relatives that have passed, and they've lost people before, but this one is different. This loss that you've had now is different than what you've had before. It's like you've never experienced it before. And so it's drawing a lot of us, and that's why I believe that Wheel of Fortune card came up, because this is really the time right now to shake up your attitudes, everybody, mine included. Just shake up your attitudes, and this is for us, the ones that keep on coming up a lot, is that there's obstacles and challenges, and that everybody ends up with a material harvest. So that's the big thing, and that there's new passions coming up. So that applies to everybody. That really applies to everybody. Everybody has different reasons for what and how that's going to happen, but that happens for everybody. So right now, I'm going to say in a lot of ways that for all of us, that is a theme for everybody, is that these changes are gigantic, and keep that in mind by everybody working in their own ways, that you guys materialize in your own way. And that by doing these cards and stuff for today, it's really to get us to shift our mindset of what we're doing too, and approach it differently. So with that too, let me see here. So Mickey, for you, it's going to be your first card here is partnerships and alliances. Um, where you are, it's been a while since you've had partnerships and alliances. So right now is the time to do it safely. And for you, I'm hearing a lot. It's going to be more virtual for partnerships and relationships than it's going to be actual physical partnerships and relationships. So go ahead and keep that in mind, partnerships and relationships. I'm also hearing that that also includes for family for you, but also that you do have some type of work coming up as well. And that might just be something that you're totally not even used to. But I'm hearing a lot virtual. So that means that a lot of that is coming for you for alliances and partnerships in a through computer, through marketing, through networking, through using your voice in creative ways. To understand that it is, you need to really get out of your comfort zone too. And it's time for you to be actually thinking about peace and tranquility rather than putting the chaos down with it too while you're making these partnerships and alliances. And that will help you to move forward. Don't forget to speak your truth. Your temptation is to continuously go back to your old ways though. So old ways for you as far as be very aware that your ways of thinking right now need to change. And you need to be out of your comfort zone. You need to be like really shooken up, some emotional stuff. And I know that you just are coming out of some hardships right now, but understand that there's a reason for it. And the part that you can actually speak your truth through it is very important. Be careful not to be tempted into going into your old ways, okay? So which leads me to heart chakra too. To be really, like I'm saying, it's important for you to be out of your comfort zone and to really think with your heart before really thinking about it. Let your emotions weigh through. Be very strong on the changes that are coming up and how you deal with these upcoming changes. How you're using your voice. You really need to use your heart overhead in upcoming situations. Even though with you, I know your personality seems like you use your head first before your heart, and that's a comfort zone change is to be heart before head. I'm also hearing for you the number 7 as well. So 7 months is what I'm getting from that too, is the season 2 of doing heart over head matters versus the other. Plus in that's going to give you an opportunity for changes that you are not realizing are going to happen with you too. There's a male energy in here that's physical on this plane that helps you to get through this. Keep an eye out for that man. It might be a love interest. It might be a friend, a male friend. But this male energy is a super important part of your making decisions too. So heart over mind. Keep that in mind.
Haley, no, you haven't missed yours. You're a little bit farther down the list. And Kelly, Andrew, stand by. We'll be getting to you short in a little bit. So our next person that we got up for tonight is Cindy Randall.
And that's for Todd.
Yeah, for Todd.
Todd was a client of mine for many, many years.
Oh, really?
Cindy is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lady. I just love your family, Cindy. Anyway, I'm trying not to get emotional. So I'm going to remove myself from that one. Reading though with his mom though, that one I would like to do separately and not publicly, okay? Just so you know, and I know that she's here right now too. So she's talking about, this is the weird thing, and I don't even know what this is, but she's talking about deviled eggs and the hard, deviled eggs, like there is some type of a party that's coming up really quick that you're going to be serving, and one of her dishes things that she really liked, I guess, for Todd or somebody, just think about deviled eggs. And she misses you a lot. She's saying that he's growing so big, and he's talking about grandson there. He's growing so big. He's watching him move around. So just to let you know, she loves you very much, okay? Okay, I said I wasn't going to do readings, but that one popped through. Thank you. Okay, so what does Todd need?
Angelina, you are indeed on the list, but you're farther down right now.
Todd, I'm asking what area he needs change in, and what area he's coming home change. Okay, so that one has worked for you too. Geez, all these work changes. Huh?
I'll be back.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Thank you.
Excuse me, everybody, for a minute.
All right, so for Todd. Todd need. What does Todd need right now? Hi, Becky. What does Todd need right now? That one definitely is popping out. What does Todd need for change? That one is definitely popping out too. What does Todd need? This one up here. All right. Todd, and it looks like with attitudes of changes, be excited. It looks like for this one too, I'm hearing a vacation, some type of vacations coming up. So it's this rejoice and celebration. This is also family members getting together. This is people to be excited about new future changes with each other, just the part of summer. I'm hearing summer, summer, summer. Mom is giving also a lot of grass smells. She was really, sounds like she was allergic to grass, but she at the same time loved all the growth from the, it's one of the things that she'll miss is the smell of just cut grass. So rejoicing your celebrations of being with other people, especially family members. Keep the ones that are close to you closest, absolutely. Coming up, it's going to require some sacrifice to get what you need. For this one too, I keep hearing that you're looking too dark into the deep. Be very careful of doing that. Don't dive in too deep and sacrifice things that you're not meaning to. You don't need to do that. Also keep in mind that for you, that you're going to have a lot more grace. I keep hearing grace, 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 and that's what this is, covered all over you. So with that, you need to take an attitude of sacrifice, yes, but be careful that you are sacrificing too much. Okay, this one is for you. I'm hearing the attitude that you were sacrificing too much, and to watch out for all the blessings that are coming down on you too. Okay, so things aren't as dark as what you might be. Just be careful of not having too big of a dark veil over you moving forward. So, okay, here's another one too. In the future too, be careful of getting, like I said, too dark. You're going to be facing more of your shadow self there. Decisions moving forward, it's going to be really important that you keep the negative in the past and positive in the future, and do whatever it takes to get onto the positive side for you. For you, it's going to take a lot of, I'm hearing energy. And what that means, what I'm hearing though, is that your energy, you need to be physically doing something that causes you to literally be out of breath. The part of where you get to a part of where you are hiking, you're doing some physical work, you're doing something to unload into the earth, that you need to be literally out of breath. And because it's that moment of where you can't breathe and you're like on a run doing something physical, some type of change of exercise that you haven't done before. But it's getting to that feeling of where, you know how like when you run so hard and you're out of breath and you're like, oh my God, I can't breathe anymore. But then again, you're like, look what I can do. Look what I'm doing. I beat my personal challenge. You need to be in that state of mind of where you have that total adrenaline going on for you to be moving into the future. Those negative things need to stay in the past, and understand that you're working on your shadow self, and that's okay too. And I hope that in the future that you'll book a session with me so we can cover your mom even more, and whatever deviled eggs means, I don't know. Okay. Next person. Okay. I want to see up here what anybody says. Okay. Is it Sean next?
Sean.
Yep, perfect. Thanks, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first I'm going to do Sean, and then I know Becky's, see here, Becky too, his wife, both of them. I know they both share it independently, and I didn't write that down because I was like, oh, Sean, you know, Sean and Becky, that's the same thing, right? No, that's not fair. That's not fair. Well, you know, Carrie and Casey, they're the same thing, right? No, absolutely not. I am the me version of me, and he's the he version of me. Like, stop talking, Carrie. Oh, my love.
There's
Oh, he's giving me some more juice. Oh, it's so good juice. So good juice. I don't drink or anything like that, and neither does Casey. And I swear, this stuff really hits. It works so nicely with pain stuff too. I swear, we could be like little advocates over here. But seriously, people who have had this stuff, again, how did we live before this? Seriously, please, let me take a little sip.
With that whistle.
That makes my nose a little pucker. This shit we're making. Stop making fun of me. Seriously. All right, so let's do, first we're gonna do Sean, and then we're gonna do Becky. All right. Look at him. That's so nice. So we should say, Carrie, we love you, and Casey, we love you. Yes. Yes. All right, Sean. Sean. This is how I know I'm rubbing off on you. Did finger hearts when I say yes. I'm gonna say, oh yeah. Okay, wait, that's you. I'm also gonna blush like an idiot too, so.
Right.
Yeah.
do what you gotta do.
You're so wonderful, Casey. All right, Sean, this is about you. Sean? Ooh, okay. Okay, I'm listening to Mom. And she says how to grow in your third eye. Because all she's saying is like she's pointing right here. It's like she doesn't want to use her voice with this because she doesn't want to interrupt. But she's going like this. And she's showing she had hair like right about here-ish. And it was kind of straight, blondish. But she had grays in it too. That would have been though, she's showing, she goes, that was in my younger days. Okay, cool. She's kind of fuller like me too there. Anyway, she's going like this. But then she shows she got thinner too. Okay. Thank you. You'll have to wait for that. She's also talking about syrup too with you. I don't know what that's about. Maple syrup, fresh maple syrup. Whatever. I don't know what that means. But anyway, we're going to go with third eye. Third eye.
Hopefully there's some pancakes with that maple syrup.
Right? I don't even know what that is. Third eye. Third eye. What does he need to do? So clearly this one moved on. Wait, Sean, are you sitting next to Becky? Because if you are, that could really, really jumble things up because I'm going to genuinely pick up stuff for both of you. So just be sure. See, it says that sounds like Becky's mom. That's, I'm like, are you sitting in the room next to Becky? Because that's not going to work. Okay, so on that part there too, because I know that you were really close to her mom, I'm just going to count her as in there. So that's how that is. So with you two, since I know you guys are in the same room, this is going to be something that I'm going to do for both of you guys and pull just like a couple extra cards. And Becky, this is going to apply to you too with third eye, okay? So both of you need desperately to be moving on. Desperately remember where you've been, but also this is really the time for you both to be in meditation and completely practicing your breath work, practicing breathing together, practicing getting into Zen zone together as a couple, because you two are very powerful together as a couple. And Casey and I are going to do some videos in the future about couples and how to really, really get Zen-y as a couple. And that includes like breath work together and all sorts of other, you know, astral things and stuff that's amazing that every couple should have. Okay, astral sex, okay? Just be jealous. We have it, you don't. That was pretty crude.
That was pretty
That was pretty crude. Wow, what are you going to do? Anyway, so this is for both Becky and for Sean. Okay, what do they need to do to open up their third eye? All sorts of jokes, okay? I've got
I know,
jokes in
right?
my head. I'm like, yeah, so, and says, open up what? Okay. Third eye, Carrie, third eye. Okay. So this one's popping out too. Ooh. So first I gotta get through this stuff, obviously. What do they need to move? Open up their third eye. Cool. Oof. Challenges to get there. How are they gonna get through that challenge? How are they gonna get through that challenge? Thank you. That and that one. Okay. Perfect. All right, so the first one for you guys is that, like I said, you got to move on, which means that you got to dive into your personal shit together. And with you guys, I keep hearing that you guys are 1-1-1-1-1, and you guys have been separate as far as working on your stuff. And I'm also hearing that neither one of you have done your meditations or anything like that to get into a Zen place, even though you kind of want to, but both of you guys are, by the time you get home, you're both exhausted and you're like, forget it. So that's going to require you to move on from that type of mentality too, and stop saying that you're not worth it, you don't have the time and things like that, because if you want to be the people who you were called to be, that is really important that you follow what your guys are telling you. And so a lot of that is moving on. So letting your old ways be in the past and stop making excuses for your future too, because you do have that choice. That is your choice. So, I mean, even just doing little bits there. So I keep getting a lot of numbers of sixes for you too. So we got those two there's and threes. So what that means for you too, that I keep getting all these threes for you. Because I keep on asking time. How long is this season gonna last for you guys? Time. Sorry, my nose ring is bothering me. Time. So your season, I'm hearing 3 to 6 months are on that part there. 3 in actual numeral. Gosh darn it, I can't speak.
Numerical terms?
Yeah, numerology.
Oh.
That's what I mean. Anyway, you're going to have to look up, I'm terrible at that. So you're going to have to look up what that means of how to hold those numbers with you for that season. But your season, it sounds like it's going to last 3 to 6 months of this. So it's going to require you guys to move on from your old ways and say, okay, just little bits, we're going to move forward into what we're supposed to be doing. But the big part of you, what's holding you back is heartache and loss. That's a big thing too, is that by the time you guys get home, you guys are also, there's a lot of grieving. You guys have a ton of loss that you guys have been going through. Not only you've gone through, I'm seeing though that Becky's had some physical stuff going on too. Sean, you've had your physical stuff going on as far as sicknesses, illnesses, and you guys have had a lot of medical loss. You've had a lot of job loss. You've had a lot of personal loss, and it's okay that you're in that spot. It's really important right now that you look at it too and don't let it consume you. And by having a different attitude towards it, Sean, you're going to be a big part of moving on. Becky's going to need you to be that super strong, but because it's hard for you to get into heart spaces, when you do and lead by example, I'm hearing a lot of victory and success. That's going to take a while. Keep in mind that in this card, like you guys are like right here. I need you to keep your foot stuff moving forward, okay? So obviously we're dealing with astral realm and everything up here. So right now it's going to be honestly for your heart song, for you to your truth to be up there. It's going to make you guys need to make sure that you go through all the heartache and loss and actually address personally and individually itemize what kind of losses you guys have had over this season and deal with grief management for you guys as well. And moving forward and yeah, it was these. Is that you have a lot of triumph, you have a lot of recognition and reward. Recognition and reward, Sean, that comes to you through your work. I know that you're involved with projects that have multiple people that have to do with your work, and keep in mind that your voice matters and that you will be getting recognition and reward for it. So keep that in mind. So moving forward for you guys on that, I hope that helped. All right.
How you doing?
I'm feeling like I can get through these guys.
All right.
I'm getting super tired.
Okay.
Hey, Kelly, you're up next.
Kelly and Andrew, twin flames. Bump bump. What's this on here? Okay. All right. Mix this up so good and well. Kelly and Andrew, are you guys getting married soon? Like soon? I'm seeing a lot of the planning stuff. It looks like for planning, there's family. There's somebody that you're trying to have come in that is not as mobile as the rest of them. You know what to do with this person. Okay, so I'm going to go with family changes. This person, oh, okay. Oh, she's on the other side. Okay. Okay, cool. So with her, you need to love her really hard, okay? I mean, like, she needs to be treated like a super prized possession and listen to everything that she has to say. It sounds like there might be some dementia or some areas of where she goes in and out of memory, cognition, that sort of thing. Really prize her. There's a man on the other side waiting for her. So, I mean, yeah. So just love. Okay, so for you, I'm going to go for planning because that's what I keep hearing from the man on the other side is that let's talk about planning. What kind of changes do you have coming up and how to handle that? Okay, so planning. What do they need? Planning. What do they need? Isn't that fun? Planning. What do they need? Planning. What do they need? Okay. So for this one, in this deck itself, it's an upright deck. And the way that these decks are made to go to is that obviously I'm not just going off of just card. I'm going by also intuitive of what guide, third eyes, listening to all sorts of stuff because pulling one card out for a whole group is going to mean different things for each person. So what one does and the other does, it might be different for one than it is for another. So for you, the biggest things coming up too, you've got a lot of obstacles and challenges coming up. A lot of obstacles and challenges. A lot of obstacles and challenges. So I'm hearing too that because, okay, so there's a part of where it's going to seem like everything is unsurmountable. Like there's no way out of this. There's no actual answer. So for you, what ends up happening for you guys, it just feels like more of a challenge than you guys can even deal with. Like there is stuff that is coming up that you're like, oh my God, we just don't have the answer for this. This is, how the heck are we going to cross this? This gap right here feels so much bigger than it actually is. And that's going to be really important that you notice that because it's going to be totally, and that's keeping you guys trapped in fear. Here's the problem with being trapped in fear. See what this guy is like in there, right? He's all lonely. He's got himself, his knee. That's it. But look what's coming in from there. He doesn't see that light. He doesn't see that help that's on its way. He doesn't see that. He's just locked there and just letting himself being locked there. Keep in mind that that 8 is that whole infinity part, that is meant for you. This is your truth right now. So the big part in moving forward is the understanding that you guys being trapped in this upcoming feeling of fear, like these situations aren't going to be taken care of, that they're not going to be worked out and whatnot, that you're holding yourselves back because the universe is really looking out for you guys right now, is going to provide those answers. But you need to understand where you currently are, okay? Because you can't move forward until you understand where you are. And then for the last part, I'm gonna get a challenge card of what gets you out of this deception and envy. Be careful of what you're looking at for what other people have, and be careful that things from the past don't come up and memories and whatnot that you guys are being tricked by. Hear that what I'm hearing, deception and envy. I'm hearing internal. This is about internal dialogue for you. For you guys, the stuff that is coming up, old things that you think you got rid of, but you didn't really get rid of it, old emotional thoughts, things, that baggage that holds you back and that you guys are projecting on each other. And what keeps happening is that you're it keeps on resurfacing, and it's coming out in deception. And the envy part of it too is wishing that you were out, but you're exactly where you're supposed to be, because both of you guys need to stop projecting on each other. That old damage that keeps coming up, it needs to be dealt with, whether it's family matters, relationships, whatever, those things need to be dealt with, and to stop projecting it on each other. You guys can look at each other's emotional stuff, but it doesn't belong to each other. It's just really important. It belongs to yourself, and to your man, it belongs to him. So it's really important that you look at what stuff keeps surfacing, and deal with that. And I'll also on this too, as far as planning goes, that there's going to be a lot of chatter on people saying that you guys should do stuff in a certain way that they believe to be true. Like, oh, I would have done it this way, but you're doing it that way. Okay, that stuff needs to go. Stuff needs to go. So any of that little type of chatter and things like that need to stop. You guys will be doing, it says, do you know when you will be married? I can't do specific dates, but you guys start planning here very soon. So just be aware of that. You guys will be married pretty soon. There's some financial stuff that's what I'm saying. You guys need to get through this stuff, but you guys, your marriage should be coming up pretty soon. So, I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, this stuff is like in the matter of planning, so. And honestly, weddings happen as fast as you want them to. So if you guys are grown-ass adults, do what you want. That's up to you. All right. So keep that in mind. And Kelly and Andrew, if you need more insight on that later, go ahead and replay this too. Maybe there's some little nuggets that I've said that you're not catching up front that's actually meant for you in the future. A lot of times, sometimes that pops up too. It's like, okay, well, maybe that didn't apply to you right this very second, but you know, next week you're like, holy crap, that's what she was talking about. You know? Okay, so, okay. Who do we have next?
Next is Sonia Burt.
Kelly, you might be worried about that gap, but I just gave you a total way to get through that and what you needed to do to get through that gap, okay? So that's really important. That was your strategy. To book a real reading of getting like the full situation, scope, and everything else of where I'm doing mediumship and stuff like that, please book an appointment with me. So that stuff you can book an appointment for, but otherwise strategy through that, those 3 cards, that's what we're doing today. Cool. All right, so Sonia. Sonia, I'm hearing that there's some legal matters with your health coming up, like these papers that are something didn't end up going through like you were planning, that there was some coverage that didn't get covered. Something coming up in a legal aspect of that, not necessarily from like, hey, you got to go to court or something like that, but although it might be, I'm hearing legal and I'm seeing medical paperwork that's going with that. So both of those together. So, and also disappointment with that. But don't worry, that coverage goes through. So it just takes a little time there. That one is father, and also that feels like a mother figure there too. But you've got some other people on the other side as well. It looks like mother and your dad's sister. Anyway, so legal stuff that's coming up for you. Janice, unfortunately right now I am covering the people who did shares on my the post that I did from yesterday. Just keep an eye. I'll be doing more of these in the future. But just as we're going, I'm getting extremely exhausted. I'm still recovering from my cancer surgeries, and I'm surprised that I'm able to go this far.
Me too.
I'm like, go. Okay, so Sonia, for you, let's talk about what kind of, you've been through a lot of darker stuff. What kind of relief do you have coming up? Let's talk about that. Changes in relief.
Jacqueline, stand by. You're going to be coming up soon. Next, actually. So stand by.
Okay, Sonia. What kind of good changes? Oh, I'm just going to go on these right there, too. These ones keep popping out because my crazy chaotic. check this out. Girl, you got some good intuitions. Be careful about being too in your head, though. I'm hearing a lot of be careful of being too good in your head, too in your head. Like you're too in your head over thoughts, and it's really good, but sometimes you need to release yourself. This one is right here, the intuition. So for you, just it's really important that you're opening your mind, but you're doing it to a point of where you start judging yourself, and you get locked into, oh my gosh, I can't get into astral realm. I can't get into astral realm. I can't get into astral realm. And for you, you are actually there. It's just a matter of using intuition and also stop self-doubting a lot of what you're doing. You're continuously being put in spots where you feel like you're not making the right decision, but you are. So that has to do with self-worth. And that's going to be something that needs to be worked on too. This season is self-worth and why you are where you are and building up your self-love for more self-worth, but using your intuition too. So for you, it's going to be really, really important that you're using your thoughts, your intuition over just using your mind or your heart. It's your intuition, follow with your third eye. And what you get from that is everything, the universe card. So that is a gigantic one. That means great knowledge coming up, great wisdom, but it's also one heck of a manifestation card too. So what you are thinking is happening, that everything starts to manifest for you, especially when it comes to, it's kind of like opening up a link. And then, yeah, your intuition, you know, you've got two choices and you're like, okay, do I go this way or this way? And you're following your intuition and you go this way. Now there's more branches from there. Which way do I go? This way or this way? And then it lights up and you choose, oh, this one. Okay. So because you chose that and your intuition is correct, you're getting all these offsprings of the correct answer for you. Okay, so I need you to really trust your intuition right now. You're going to be celebrating that a lot with the universe card, which means it's so much manifestation. The little things are gigantic things for you right now, because getting over there's a lot of memories from childhood and foundation things, the way that you were brought up to. You're constantly questioning your judgment and your choices. And right now is the time to really go, you know what? Universe says that I'm correct. So I'm going to go with my first intuition and actually go with it. And that's going to build your self-confidence there too. So that's really important for you for making decisions on ways to go with intuition, and you'll be rewarded with universe. And you have one more card too coming up for you in the future by doing this. That's for Sonia. Cool. For you, prosperity begins. For you, if you notice, I pulled this card up before, and for that person, it had to do with where they plant their seeds. And because I'm not just like going by cards, I'm also going by your guides and everything else. This one has to do with intuition too. It backs up in your intuition. So for you, if you look here, this applies to you. Whoops, the wrong side there. See these light sparks? It's the horizon right here. You have to keep in mind that for you, the future is lit, and it's lit hardcore for you. So it's going to be for you allowing the fruit, not just planting the fruit, but allowing the fruit. For you, it's about, okay, you've already planted, and you need to actually look at your garden and look at how beautiful and look at how everything has grown for you. You have a gigantic part, but don't get too totally lost in it, like all up in your head about it. You've got some sweet things coming up for you, but at the same time, be careful to take care of the fruit you already have on your tree, because it dies on the bottom here. Okay, so be sure you get it, pull it from here, and you're not taking off the bottom. Okay, does that make sense? So like, make sure that you're plucking the fruit from the tree while the fruit is ripe. And that's for you right now. There's a whole bunch of ripe fruit. So, okay, keep that in mind. All right.
Jacqueline, here we go.
Jacqueline. Did we do it? Yeah, right?
Yeah, what?
All right, I don't know. My eyes are burning, that's right.
Yeah.
Jacqueline. I need a sip. Hold on, guys. Hold on. My crunchy neck.
Mm.
All right, Sonia, if that checks out for you, I would love to hear a reply in the comment cards. That's freaking awesome. I hope that checks out for you. Jacqueline, I'm hearing that you have a growth in your family. I'm hearing that there's a baby coming up. I don't know where that is. If that's like baby representing like dude, whatever you were planting is already here and you've got all this super new project going on, but I'm feeling more like if there's a new baby actually coming into the family. So whatever that is, whether it's an actual baby as in you have big projects coming up, or it's baby that you have a new baby coming in. I just feel like I feel like there's a little baby girl coming in. So just keep an eye out for a new baby coming into the family. So if that's from you, cool. But also if it's a new project, there's a whole lot of feminine energy on it. So the first two cards that I'm pulling for there, because I'm listening to guides, you've got your aunt who's coming through and she's leading this one. She's got dark, almost black hair for you. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. Sounds like through your dad's side. Anyway, she's saying to use these cards, and we are going through an attitude of change for you, as you are actually one of those people who you do have a lot of chaotic change coming up, a lot of chaotic change. So how is that going to happen? Ooh, your first two cards that they're showing me is wisdom and truth. So I'm pulling from, I'm sorry, it's triumph and wisdom here. The triumph is the one on my left, so I always go left to right, so I'm pulling that one first. Triumph card, it's a heavenly card too. So understand that you have just come out of some gigantic nastiness, and moving forward, you have nothing but all sorts of powerful positivity. Like the stuff that's coming up for you, it's not just like light stuff, it's some big, big stuff, big changes for you. I keep getting a lot of family stuff, a lot of big family changes, and that remember that you are the one on the horse, okay? You are not, you're not the horse in this triumph part, but you should be celebrating your triumph. Oh, you got a niece, that's who it is, and your niece has dark hair, right? I was wondering about that. I was hearing that your sister too. You two are going to be super close because of that too, and I'm so glad about the puppies. You end up keeping one? Cool, you do keep one. Sounds like a little girl, possibly two. Anyway, so it's going to be really important on how you do this. What do we have? That's been left out the whole time, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Like good. Also, from your situation, since everything that's going on, you're not just getting big little stuff, you're getting some big stuff coming on. It's not just like a season of little things, but just like a bunch of chaos. That's what I'm hearing is chaos. You're getting through it, but you're also have been through it. You know how to deal with chaos, and that's where a lot of the hard stuff that you've been working on or will be working on, you get a ton of chaos. I mean, a lot of triumph from that. And then also, of course, that leads to wisdom for you. And wisdom, that's oh, look, it's got a little dog there. See, you just said puppies, ha ha. It's the kind of puppies that you have are not little cute little white ones like this. They're a different kind of cute, but they're definitely cute. See, look, there's a dog on there. Anyway, so because they are black cards, it's really important that these are fundamentals on how your core value system of how you do the future and who you are and everything. I'll take that seriously because that has to do with a lot of your fundamentals. You'll be getting, oh wait, she does have dark hair and my sister's baby. Yeah, I know they both do. I know they're wonderful. Yeah, your sister has longer hair. She wears it in a ponytail. Anyway, so this wisdom though, it has to do with the book he's holding is from the ancients. So this is a time for you to be looking up your family ancestry, a lot of their what do you call it? You know, oh my God, I'm going blank. Ancestry, genealogy. Oh my gosh. So the genealogy and your family traditions is a big part of who you are too. And it's important for you to hold on to those family traditions too. Don't forget to make your own family traditions, but that is a big part of who you are. This is also looking in the past of your family there too. This would be a family traditions is what I keep hearing a lot of, to look to ancients and whatnot, which this is telling me that to look to your family's ways and how they did, but creating your own traditions is going to be really important right now too, which also includes you're not speaking your truth a whole lot, but this card here, it's really important that you are speaking your truth too, and you get all sorts of triumph from that. And what you get in the last part there is light. Oh, that means nothing but good stuff moving up for you. So you got 3 black cards. So keep that in mind that this is some serious business. Really savor what you have going on right now because it's not going to last a huge long time, but you need to understand your season is here for a reason and you need to not waste it. So, okay, cool. There you go with that one.
Next up, we got Haley Nicole.
That one is an important one. Haley, you've got transformation going up right now for you too. Transformation of all sorts of stuff. I'm also seeing for self, absolutely, but transformation. It's like everything, I'm hearing like every single thing in your world is going to be changing too. You've got a transformation, but a lot of the stuff is internal transformation. Outward transformation, yeah, I'm feeling like jobs are pretty much staying a lot of the same type, if at all. There's not a whole lot of change in the job aspect. What they're really more concerned about is transformation from the inside out, transformation from the inside out. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards on what that means. Transformation, what kind of transformation is Haley going to have? Haley, are you in a new relationship right now too? Right now, you need to be really focusing on people who have the same mindset that you do. And if they don't have the same mindset that you do, that they're open to your mindset. Because right now you need to be unwavering about who you are and who your belief systems and who you are as a person. Because if you're not, it's going to wreck you. But if you are that type of transformation, it's the total fate thing for you. I mean, like serious fate here. It's not is that something that is just meant to be? Oh, it's a coincidence. No, girl, it's not. No, everything is for a reason. It's important for you to be going through this transformation period for you right now. Very, very important. Very, very important. And Kelly, I want to say too that and just real quick, the person that had dementia or the going back and forth with memory, it's hard to tell because when somebody has dementia, they live in both the astral realm and the physical realm. So it's really, really hard to tell if they're actually alive or if they have passed. But I'm feeling like this would have been somebody who you needed to make physical arrangements for, or if you actually know this person, she would have been a frail person, dark brown hair, short, almost permed like color hair. We'll see you later, Sonia. Thanks for coming in. Haley, thank you, baby. I'm just like, she's got so much transformation. I want to make sure I hit this right. So like, this is a real pivotal time for Haley. It is all about the emotional for her right now. And she's just going to need to write on the tail end of all the success there. I'm just seeing like, hold on tight. You're going to be going in for one hell of a ride. And there's a lot of transformation involved. Okay. What does Haley need right now? What does Haley need right now? What does Haley need? Cool. So, okay, you're just coming out of a lot of conflict and defeat, it looks like, or you're just entering a little bit of conflict and defeat. And I'm seeing that if it was from the past, though, it lasted for a while. If you have not experienced that from the past, it's going to be a short amount of time that you're dealing with it. So that's why I'm feeling like you're coming out of it. Don't get exhausted. Get your water, stay hydrated, fill yourself with everything that you need, take care of your self-care, and don't let your past make you who you are. That's not the kind of transformation that you're trying to go through right now. You need to really free that past part of there and like literally get that crap off of your shoulders and back and release it, because that past does not belong to you. It doesn't. You've already done all of your wars that you need to do with it, both emotionally, physically, all whatever. But I'm hearing that this is more about an emotional transformation for you than it is an actual physical transformation. So it's really important that you focus on it. But I'm also hearing too that you have a tendency to really hold on to the past, that you are tend to you do tit for tat on a lot of stuff. You're really itemized. Everybody, who owes somebody what, and it takes you a while to really grieve and get over hardships. So you tend to hold grudges. So that stuff, you need to let it go. Moving forward, we have fertility for you. So into the near future for you, you're going to have a lot of prosperity with this. But as soon as you are really truly getting rid of stuff from the past, it's a lot of fertility, a lot of you're not even going to recognize yourself as far as the type of fertility coming up. And that's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. And on this last card here too, you have positive movement forward. That movement forward though, yeah, it's like a ton, like we said, transformation. It's a ton of positive movement, but at the same time, it takes work. This is not going to be a season of easy for you. This does not mean easy. It's going to take a super, super hardship for you. But for you, when change happens for you and this transformation for you, that part is quick, but it takes a lot of work to get there. And then you have this quick instant relief. You just need to remember too, that while you're going through the season, that you need to remember what that feels like to have a whole heavy weights on top of your shoulders, on top of your body and everything else, and what the difference is when you get all of those, the weight off of your shoulders and back. What does that feel like? Because that for you needs to manifest right now. So do that hard work so you can get to the what it feels like that moment you get all that weight off of you. It is super important. So transformation for you. Hopefully that resonates to you. And Angelina, we are coming up next for you. Angelina, and Angelina is going to be my last one. And Trina, hello, darling. Thank you for showing up. It's really nice to see you guys. I'm starting to really get to my end, but I want to make sure that you guys get all the love that you need. And so we have Angelina moving forward. Angelina, sounds like there's a little boy coming up for you if you don't already have him. This little boy is super active in your life, so I feel like you have a little small child that's a boy. I'm seeing him pulling your hair. If you don't already have him, he would be in your near future.
Hey, Kira.
Hi, love. Hi, Kira. Kira, text me later on. Let's get your friend on the books. Let's get her reading going immediately. Okay, Kira. Let's do that. But this is for Angelina. Angelina, do you have a little boy? This is like a little boy that keeps on getting up on your lap and he's like pulling your hair in a good way. He's like, because he's curious and he like this whole mama thing. So I'm seeing that there's like, if you don't already have a little boy, watch out for a little boy that's coming up in your near future. This kid is definitely assigned to you. Might take hard work to get there. So with that too, since we have children and stuff that's popping in my mind on that for you, I am also thinking projects for you. What kind of projects does Angelina have coming up? What kind of projects does Angelina have coming up? Projects. There's a second boy too, though. Projects. Feels like Angelina, you do something in admin, bored to death of it, but you like the people. When I say admin, I just mean like indoor office work. I don't know what that means. Okay, project. Okay. So with your 16-year-old, I see that you guys have it. Let's see. I say that with your boy, and it's gonna your 16-year-old especially, it's gonna be really important that you use your intuition with him as well. It seems like right now there's a lot of struggle, but he's kind of quiet about his verbiage to you. It's gonna be really important that he relies on you using your intuition with him over words because he goes so much inward that he's not one of those kids that likes to talk about his feelings and things like that. He's a lot like, Mom, no, if anything like that. So just be aware that you're going to need to use your intuition with him, and also celebrate the closeness that you two had. I know that you guys have had to work very hard to get to where you are, and celebrate that too. Your intuition is spot on. Okay, so what does she have going on? Also moving forward, it's going to require that you need some solitude coming up too. In the here and now, it's going to be really important that you are withdrawing yourself from situations, that you are acting like a hermit, and that you are understanding that these changes coming up, that you need to take a backward stance from everything. That's actually starting now. A now stance on what you believe to be true and all sorts of upcoming stuff. I'm feeling lots of gaps for you. So this has to literally do with more than one situation. It's almost like there's so much chaos and stuff going on. And I'm feeling a lot of resentment and a lot of remorse over some sounds like conflict, some arguments that had recently happened between you and a male. Also, I'm seeing a female that you've also had conflict with too. So I'm really taking a look at that, stepping back in situations. That feels like family matters there. But also it feels like you are dueling with your personal female and male energies in you too. That right now you're needing a lot of harmony within yourself because everything is so distracted. And so that's going to require that you pull yourself back into some solitude and really take note of who yourself is. Okay. And that's where you're going to get some peace there. And what's the last card for Angelina? Moving forward, what does Angelina need? What does Angelina need? This one. These go together. So for you, it's going to be really important that you spend a lot of time in patience and that you're also in planning for both of these things. And with that, you'll be rewarded with light. So a lot of patience and planning is going to give you light. And also says to listen to your inner female intuition on that as well, because those angels, you are getting visitors at this time, and you need to understand that you're right on hearing. I'm seeing that there is a lot of female energies as far as crossed over entities. Feels like grandma has passed as well too. She often visits you, so your intuition on that is pretty spot on. She's saying though that there are kisses on your forehead and a warmth that you generally get that you feel completely comfortable with, and wondering if it's her, and it is. So keep that in mind. Okay. So I hope that helped you guys. Thank you so much for coming and playing with us.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm exhausted. Love you. So please, if you can, go ahead and book a real session with me. Those are an hour session and they are $75. And that is my full-time job as far as that goes. And that includes a bunch of mediumship. It includes, I do a bunch of automatic writing, and they're very they're in-depth sessions. So please get a hold of me one-on-one and to set up an appointment. And right now I'm booking until the second week of July, and then I'll be booking again in August. So yes, go ahead and get a hold of me. Thanks for coming in. Okay, it was good to talk to you, Angelina. I hope you have a wonderful night. All you guys, thank you so much for popping in.
Thank you, everybody.
And love and light.
Love and light. Take care.
Take care. Bye, Mama. She gives us all those kisses. And we're all done. If I could have a cigarette, I would. Yes. Oh, wait, and now I need to just, yeah.